again, everybody. This is Joe Hendy from AndroidAuthority.com, and today's review is for Die for Metal. As the name implies, you will be dying often for metal. It's available in the Google Play Store for a very metal price of $1.10. The menu of the game is really simple. There is a high score button at the bottom left. Next to it is a soundtrack where you can listen to the music from the game, the play button, more games from the developer, and finally the credits. Once you're in the game, the ridiculousness starts. The only controls are to move left and right and jump. You can double jump and wall jump. The premise is that you have to avoid traps to make it to the end of each level to get one step closer to joining an epic metal band. It's really not that easy. There are traps everywhere, and touching them will kill you in one shot. Spikes, projectiles, falling platforms, and all sorts of other obstacles work together to block your path to the end of the levels. When you get to the end, you get a score based on how quickly you completed the level. The faster you do it, the higher score you get. It's important to note that you will die quite often. The game developers specifically say that. The game keeps a death tally to troll you, so you can brag to your friends about how many times you died for metal. All metal puffery aside, the game is quite fun to play, and we gave it a gameplay value of 4 out of 5 stars. Simply put, the graphics in this game are ridiculous. When you die, you explode. Every time. The main character has a very creepy metal-tastic smile on his face, constantly. It's a little unnerving, but it adds to the feel of the game. The levels themselves are dark and totally metal. That said, all the levels are also designed around the same kind of elements, which can get boring to look at after a while. The soundtrack is, if you hadn't guessed, an all-metal soundtrack. If you like metal, you're going to like playing this game very loudly. If not, you can still enjoy it if you play it on mute. Really though, the game was designed around its metal soundtrack. The sound is awesome if you're into that sort of thing, and the graphics aren't wonderful, but they get the point across. So we gave graphics a score of 3 out of 5 stars. This is another one of those games with a star system. You complete a level and you get 1, 2, or 3 stars. So immediately players have a reason to go back and play levels again to get the 3-star rating. If that isn't enough, levels get pretty hard, so you'll be playing them over and over again anyway. There's also a high score list, so if you want to play with your friends and have them challenge your score, it's totally possible. If you happen to enjoy the soundtrack, you can open the app and listen to it without actually playing the game, much like how people watch the show Metalocalypse just to listen to Deathclock music. Other than that though, there really isn't a reason to come back to play the game after it's been beaten once. There are a few reasons to go back to the app to play more, but they're not all great reasons. So we gave replay value a 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you're a fan of ridiculous games, then you'll have a lot of fun with Die for Metal. It's goofy, the graphics and music give it a certain absurd charm, and it's totally metal. Not all games glorify the fact that it kills you repeatedly. On the other hand, it is a goofy and absurd game, so it won't be for everyone. If you hate metal music, you will probably hate this game. If you love metal music but hate these kind of games, you'll still probably enjoy the game at least a little bit. The theme of the game made overall value difficult to judge because music tastes vary so widely, and the music is such a huge factor in this game. However, the game itself is quite fun and entertaining if your music taste doesn't ruin it for you. When it's all added up, we gave Die for Metal a value of 4 out of 5 stars. If you can handle the metal themes and music, it's definitely worth the $1.10. Once again, I'm Joe Hendy from AndroidAuthority.com. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our social media links in the video description.